So today we're going to install the Eco Battery Gen 3 skinny model here, which is going to be the 51.2 volt 105 option there. You can use the through hole option as well, but we're going to install the skinny today. Here are a couple other parts that you're going to be getting with the kit. You're going to be getting the charger, the charge meter with the adapter harness there. You're also going to get the mounting plate. You're going to get your wake up button here. And then you're also going to get this CAN communication, which is super important. And it's going to be that A-4137 in order to do this install. The Gen 2 version, there is going to be a slightly different adapter. It's going to be a 30 pin, but it's going to almost look exactly the same. All right, so once you remove the seat, you're going to want to make sure your golf cart is in the off position at the key switch. And then you're also going to want to make sure your cart is in tow mode here. After that, we're going to go ahead and remove these Christmas trees in order to take this cover off in order to access all of our wires here first. All right, so once we've removed those Christmas trees there should be 3 of them. We're going to pull this panel back and access these cables here. What we're looking for is going to be the CAN communication to the BMS to the Samsung battery here. We're going to go ahead and disconnect this cable. I'm using the 2 prongs there. And then at that point, we can go ahead and disconnect power from the battery. Now that we removed the main cables from the battery, we're going to go ahead and focus our attention on the battery hold down nuts and screws here. We're going to go ahead and remove both of these on each side so we can go ahead and get the battery out. All right, once we've got the hardware removed on both sides here, we're going to focus our attention down to the actual hold down screws on each side here, all the way around the battery. We'll go ahead and remove those so we can lift this thing out. Now that we've removed the battery, we're going to go ahead and have to remove this tray out temporarily to get these J-hooks out on both sides. And then we'll go ahead and also remove these main metal brackets here. Now that we've removed the J-hooks and tied the battery tray back into the cart, we're going to go ahead and replace the receptacle here. We're going to go ahead and remove the adapter plug from the receptacle and leave this off to the side. And then we're going to go ahead and remove the hardware that holds the charging port in place here, and we're going to go ahead and install the Eco battery with the provided hardware. So now that we have the receptacle port in, we're going to go ahead and place the charger and use the mounting screws here, and I'm just going to kind of mount it right in there. We'll make note that you do not need this adapter hooked up to the charger for this cart. You'll only need the quick connect that you'll connect to the charging port and the CAN communication along with the main power. Now that we have the charger all situated, we're going to go ahead and install our battery meter and then also our wake up button here onto our main dash. For this case, I'm going to go ahead and remove the old battery meter and use the Eco battery meter in its place rather than drilling a 2-inch hole. But we will still make a hole somewhere for the wake up button. At that point, we're also going to remove these rocker panels here and the main screws on the dash. There's going to be 4 screws all along here, all the way down in order to pop this panel out, and also to pull the floor mat back in order to route the cabling up to the dash. Before I go ahead and pull the dash back here, since I have the rocker panels off, I'm going to go ahead and remove the floor mat. In order to do so, I still need to remove these Christmas trees here. There are 7 total. There's 4 on the top side here, and then there's 3 at the pedal. As you can see, those do need to be removed in order to pull the mat back. One other side note, you will have this jumper run plug underneath the RXVs. You will want to remove that in order to remove this mat out. But this is very important. You do need to make sure you plug this back in once you put the mat in, or else your cart won't run. Now that I have this dash back, I'm going to go ahead and unhook this main gauge here, and so I can go ahead and pull this out. Once I've pulled this out, I'm going to go ahead and put the new one in. One other thing, whenever you're pulling this dash back, you'll pull from the top, and then there are going to be some little connectors here down at the bottom that you will have to pull from in order to fully pull this dash off and down. So now that I have the gauge in there, I did go ahead and tie it down with this bracket so that way it holds it nice and tight. And then again, I just disconnected the old one here and then this is just part of the main harness. This just kind of gets left. We're gonna go ahead and figure out a nice place to put the wake up button. I'm thinking probably right about here, and then we'll make a hole for that and then tie that into place. One thing I'd like to mention on this wake up button, personally, I like to do it this way if I don't have a circular hole saw and only have an oscillator tool, is to unhook the harness here from the button, and then take this nut off the button itself, and then I'll put the nut up to the area that I would like to cut the hole in, and I'll make marks on the inside of the nut, so that way it has a tight fit whenever I lock it in place, if I don't have a circular hole saw in this case. All right, so once I've put the button into the hole, I'll go ahead and lock this down with the nut that was discussed earlier. As you can see there, I'll go ahead and lock it in place and tighten that down once we've got that fully done here. And then I'll go ahead and take the harness, and then we'll clip that plug back in there, and then we'll run the cabling down underneath the floorboard and through this hole here. I will probably pull these Christmas trees there to kind of lift that up and make it a little easier, but we'll route it underneath the cart and pop it in on this side. All right, so now those connections are both in for the battery meter and for the wake up button here. I kind of just dropped the cabling down to the side right now. I'm gonna kind of move this a little bit up here, and I'm gonna go ahead and route the cables. What I like to do is route it all the way through the actual golf cart itself. In doing so, I will have to take this cup holder top out. There's gonna be some little nuts here that I'll go ahead and remove in order to pop that out, and then I can route the wiring down, and then down this channeling here underneath the golf cart cup holder and dash there. Just to show you here how I route the cables, I come down here where they're connected and I go through this hole. I like to zip tie all these as I kind of go along. It's going to come down into this main hole here where the cup holder was, and then it's going to come channeling down down here. Again, I just zip tie them as I'm kind of going all the way down the groove here, and then up and underneath the cart here, and then I just kind of pull them off to the side because we'll hook them up with the battery here once we put the battery in place. All right, so we're in our final stages here. We have everything else hooked up properly with certain components left out on the side. Now we're ready to drop the battery in. We're gonna go ahead and mark some holes for drilling, and then we'll use the mounting hardware to tie it down onto the main frame here. And then we want to make sure when we're placing the battery that the terminals are towards the controller and solenoid side, and we'll be good to go. Now that we have our battery mounted, we're going to go ahead and route all the cabling and connect everything. We're going to go ahead and start with our charger to hook up our CAN communications there, and then work our way towards the battery. All right, so when it comes to wiring up the charger, there's a couple things here. Like I said earlier, we're not going to use this harness that comes in the charger kit. We're going to go ahead and discard it. Instead, we're going to take the other end that normally plugs up to, and we're going to take that receptacle cable that was hooked up earlier that we set aside. We're going to plug those two wires together up, and then on the other side of the charger, we're going to go ahead and route the positive negative towards the battery, as well as the CAN communication for the charger. We're going to hook up into COM port 2, which I'll show you that in just a moment. So hooking up the rest of the charger, we're going to go ahead and connect the positive and negative, which I've already done here. Next, we have the COM port 1 and COM port 2. I've already went ahead and connected those. For the remaining hookup of the charger, we just want to go ahead and hook it up to the COM port 2, one of the external plugs. It doesn't matter which one here. I'm going to go ahead and hook up this one here, and then it'll click in. And then on the other side here, we have the wake up button. We're just going to go ahead and connect this connection here that we've already set aside. So that wake up button is done. You're not going to use this port at all. It's just going to be kind of left off to the side. And then lastly, we're going to go ahead and hook up this BMS CAN communication connection. This is super important. The positive wire is going to connect to the main of the battery, and then you're going to go ahead and hook up the other CAN communication to that other connection on that COM2. We'll go ahead and do that now. And then lastly, we're going to go ahead and hook up that BMS connection directly into the wiring harness. So that way we can get that done here. and it just slides in like so. And that's it. And then we're just going to go ahead and put the cover panel on and we're good to go. All right, now that you have the motor cover in place, you can go ahead and flip it into run. Battery's on. Make sure to download the EB Power app and update the firmware when you connect to the battery if it needs it. Other than that, you are good to go. Happy karting. I will make one note here that you do absolutely have to update the battery firmware. If not, no matter if you turn your cart on the on position, you've done and hooked up everything right, the battery will not allow a discharge in order for the cart to move. You do need to go and download the EB Power app and then connect to the battery, go under settings, and up at the top will be the firmware update that you will have to process. It does take about 15 to 30 seconds. The battery will restart, and which at that point you can reconnect, and then you can put your cart into drive and it will move.